Yeah, hi Diego, this is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. Alright, you just sent me a pretty good comment over at my website, so let's take a look at your question. You say, on the reading and listening sections, how can I determine which is the correct answer of the questions? How can I know which of the 4 answer choices make sense with the given information from the passages and the listening lectures and conversations? Because I don't have any trouble reading, listening, speaking, or writing in English. I've been practicing English since I was 5, but I do get stuck on the reading and listening questions in some way, like main idea, inferring, essential information, chart questions, specific paragraph or part of lecture questions, and the other types of questions, because the 4 answer choices of the questions are quite similar in some way. I also get stuck like on half of all the listening questions. You know what I mean? Yes. You say my top reading speed is about 230 words a minute, but I do get stuck on the questions even though I do have large vocabulary. Besides, I can't read 300 words a minute or else I can't understand what I'm reading. The fastest reading speed I have is 230, so I can get the main idea. I also bought a TOEFL book guide, but when I began to do the reading and listening parts, I got a grade around 50. I don't know what it went wrong. Would you help me in some way other than your outline course? What do you recommend me to do? Okay, well, let's go to your initial question. So when you're listening to a lecture or reading passage and you're looking at the A, B, C, or D, you have to think about how they're structuring the test. Usually, one answer, obviously, is the correct answer. Now, another answer is called the main distractor. The main distractor is almost correct, but it is wrong in some way. You obviously do not want to pick the main distractor. 2 other answers are called distractors, which means they're not right at all. So usually the correct answer, Diego, it's not written exactly the same way that you read it in the reading passage or in the lecture. The best answer typically is a restatement of what was said. A restatement means the writer uses different vocabulary or even different grammar to explain the correct answer. And that's the answer that you want to pick. So I think it's even more important not just having a large vocabulary, is to have synonyms, to be pretty good at recognizing synonyms, because that helps you determine, I think, the correct answer over any other answer in the reading and the listening parts of the TOEFL test. Now, each of these questions you're telling me, like main idea, inferring, essential information type questions, chart questions, and so on, they do require specific strategies. I mean, there's different strategies for each question. For example, if you're asked a main idea question, obviously you want to identify what you think the thesis is in the beginning of the reading passage. You look at the first and last line of each paragraph, and then you go back and try to answer the question. Remember, with a main idea question, you're looking for the best answer that most accurately expresses the main points of what you just read. Now, your reading speed worries me a little bit because you need to do better than 230. You want to get to a minimum of 300 words per minute, right? Remember that you gradually increase your reading speed, right? So you're at 230, you still need to push yourself to do better, to increase that reading speed. And your reading speed, Diego, is improved through reading extensively. Make sure that you continue to read about 45 minutes to 60 minutes every day. You want to make sure you're doing this for several months. Just this one thing. Reading extensively makes it easier for you to concentrate on academic passages in English. So that's very important. Number 2, you need to continue to increase your vocabulary. So I can tell a little bit about when you're writing, you still have some minor grammar and some word choice issues that you're still trying to work out. So as you keep reading, it will help you develop a little bit better knowledge of the English language. So vocabulary and reading, and also push yourself in my course beyond 230. Go to the 235 practice test and see if you can pass that with 80%. Keep working on that, because as you increase your reading speed, it will help you to read faster. You'll have fewer distractions. You'll do much better. Anyway, it's just a matter of practicing. So obviously, if you're still getting around 50%, I think that you need more exposure to the language. You need to keep doing some of the suggestions I'm telling you. Also, keep watching TV, keep listening to the radio, keep doing those kinds of things on a regular basis. So I think a combination of completing the practice test in your IBT book guide, continue working on my online course to help you improve, and also using English on a regular basis, whether it be reading or listening to these materials. You want to keep doing that, and you should continue to make the progress that you seek. All right?